So you want to buy your first investment property, but you don't have a clue what to do. Well, don't worry. Your friendly neighborhood Jamie York is here to help you out. We're going to start a little bit outside the box before we get into the depths of it. But first of all, understand your why. It's a really big difference of buying a house of multiple occupancy for your kid who's going to university so they can live with their friends and have fun and it's in safe property, not mocking it. But that's very different to, I want to build a 100-unit portfolio to create legacy and passive income for generations to come. The better you understand your why, and this isn't just a financial why, but why you want to do this in the first place, why you want to achieve and be part of the 1%, the easier it's going to be on the hard days. Because being a property investor, especially if you are a property entrepreneur like myself, where it's full-time every day, it is bloody hard. I am telling you. I know the gurus out there sell the dream of passive income, sail into the sunset off of the back of your buy-to-let property portfolio. But most of it's bollocks, and actually it's tough work really finding a great property, getting it up and running before you can create the house into their home and get that passive income dream. So understanding why you're doing what you're doing will help you achieve better results on the down days as well as the up. Numero dos is investing in yourself. I know it's a bit cliche, but you are your number one investment and the best investment you'll ever make. And if you understand why you're doing it and what you're actually going to do to get you there, understanding more knowledge around that is the next step. So investing in yourself. So obviously you can start for free. You can go on some blogs, some YouTube channels just like this. And I'm not the only YouTuber. There's some really great ones out there. But you can do your research and hopefully find somebody that you can resonate with. So if you're watching this right now and you're thinking, you know what, he's not completely full of shit, thank you and hit the like button. Seriously. And then once you're ready to move on from that, you can actually find somebody you want to get paid for education from, or indeed become your mentor. And yes, I do that, but this isn't a pitch for that. I'm simply saying that once you understand, you definitely know what you want to do, why you want to do it, and then you've niched down and found somebody that you genuinely relate to, then make sure you're investing in them by investing in yourself. Number 3, you are not on your own. And what I mean by that is a lot of people, no man is an island, right? But actually we isolate ourselves so much as entrepreneurs because naturally by trying to become one of the 1%, you have to draw yourself away from the 99% of people. You have to do the 99% of things that 99% of people won't do to have the life that 99% of people will never have. Whew. So, but that doesn't mean that 1% isn't still a huge portion of the population. You're not alone. You can actually network with like-minded individuals. In Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill, he says that you are the average of the 5 people you spend most time with. And you may have heard this phrase, you are what you eat. But I mean that in you are what you consume, people's minds, people's abilities, people's weight, of course, what you're consuming in your food, but more so the knowledge that you're taking in. And actually, if you can surround yourself with like-minded individuals that understand what you're doing, what you want to achieve and the hardships you come across, it's going to be a lot less stringent, and the weight shared across will make the journey a lot easier for you. Number 4 is self-analysis. I know this is a lot of upfront, but it's really important. Understand who you are and what your limits are. And I don't mean have limiting beliefs about what you can achieve, but if you are working a full-time job, saying you're going to do this 60 hours a week probably isn't pragmatic or practical. Whereas saying, do you know what? I've got 20 hours a week to play with. I've got 100,000 in my bank account. Here are my education limitations. Here are my experience limitations. Understanding what you're looking for, what you're not looking for, what you can do and what you cannot do, and having this self-analysis and most importantly, a self-awareness of who we are, will understand our capabilities, our limits, our beliefs, and what we can achieve. And that will end up painting the picture of the next steps. Number 5 is your power team. Now, also known as your A team. It's a bit cringy, but basically the group of people that you need around you that facilitates what you don't have. So it could be a broker solicitor to do your financing, get your mortgage in place, a solicitor to get your legals done through the conveyancing process, somebody for your insurance, which a good broker would do as well. What about a refurbishment team that you're going to need in place? What about letting agents that's actually going to manage the property on an ongoing basis, because you don't want to be a landlord, you want to be an investor? What about estate agents and getting great relationships with local agents that can facilitate great properties for you? Or of course, if you don't want to get everyone like that, you can use somebody like me, and I'm a portfolio builder, sourcer, broker, whatever you want to call me, and I help people get and build up their portfolios. Now, if you have got 100,000 or more and you'd like my help in building your portfolio, I'm going to put a link in the comments. My property company is called Aspire Property Group. You can click the link, fill in your details, and one of the team will be in touch. But no matter whether you're using somebody like me or any of them, you have to have your power team in place. You really cannot and should not do everything yourself. You need to use what you've got to your complements and then outsource everything else. Number 6 is understanding your criteria. Now, the money comes first in a lot of situations, but you do need the background knowledge. Understanding the criteria of what you're looking for is really going to help you do a few things. First of all, it's going to help you understand what an actual deal is. Every deal is a great property, but not every great property is a deal. Just because the numbers look good doesn't mean you should buy it. Understanding the criteria gives you a sanity check. Number 2, it helps the estate agents and the vendors that you're working with, because they understand that you are looking for very certain properties. I don't go to an estate agent and I'll go, tell me everything that's going to make money. No, I'm looking for 2 to 4 bed freehold houses that are going to get me a 7% annual net return on my cash employed, which is a solid investment opportunity for me. And number 3, it's going to help me raise finance. Remember, your network is your net worth. Ultimately, you are not restricted to your bank account. A lot of my investors that start with the 100 grand, once we found them in Aspire Property Group, a couple of properties, I then help them raise finance so they can carry on building their portfolio. Your network is your net worth, and the more you understand your criteria, the easier it is to raise finance to carry on building that portfolio. Now that you understand what the criteria is, you can move on to number 7, which is securing the money. And really, money in property comes in 3, which is equity, debt, and mezzanine finance. Equity should be fairly obvious. It's either your money or it's money that you are borrowing from somebody else. They are loaning you the money. Number 2 is debt. In property terms, this is called mortgage almost all of the time. So you're going to get a mortgage on your property. Typically, you get 75% loan to value, which means a £100,000 property, you have to put in 25 grand equity. They put in £75,000 debt, which is 75%. And then finally, mezzanine finance. Mezzanine finance is very expensive, but it's for people that don't have the money for maybe the stamp duty, legals, or the refurbishment works. So it doesn't quite fit into the equity of the property or the debt of the property. It's the ancillary services that are getting funded. So if you want to be 100% no money in, that portion of the lent amount of money is called mezzanine finance. And when you understand your criteria, you can go out there with confidence and raise finance at any amount. And finally, with all of this said and done, you can move on to number 8, which is starting the search. And this can be either through agents, which is estate agents, letting agents, or online agents, or a bit more direct to vendor, where you can do direct to vendor marketing offline, which are going to be your leaflets, your letters, knocking on doors, or indeed online, which could be organic, going on Gumtree, open market, open rent, Facebook Marketplace, or indeed with paid for ads like Facebook ads, Google ads, or YouTube ads. Or of course, as I mentioned, if you've got 100,000 or more and you want somebody else like myself to help build your portfolio for you, there will be an APG link below in the description, Aspire Property Group. You can fill it out and I will help you build that portfolio. So that's really a brief synopsis of the beginner stages, getting in the right framework, mindset, contacts, and ability to go out there and start getting your first property. If this has been valuable for you, make sure to hit that like button. It really does help show other people that this could bring them value. Leave a comment below of what you'd like me to talk about more on the channel. And of course, if you're new to the channel and you want to find out more about property investment, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and there'll be more videos coming up soon.